everyone, and welcome back to Wildcard Wednesday. I know I was away, so for those of you who don't watch my other videos, I was in California, so I missed the last two Wildcard Wednesdays, but I am back. So I am going to scrap lift a card I saw on Pinterest. I just loved it. I'm not going to do it in the same colors, but I am pretty much doing the same card, but I thought you guys might enjoy making this card as well. So I'm going to start off with this kind of creamy brown. I can't remember the name of this, but it's just a nice brown, cut in the standard 5.5 by 4.25. So, and it's going to sit upright like this. I'm using my iPad to film with, so I hope it'll be suitable. And then I cut a mat 1/4 inch smaller in this nice cream. And then before I carry on, we're going to be using strips of multicolored cardstock. So I've got oranges, pinks, and then that same warm, yummy brown. The brown was run through a paisley embossing folder. This one here by Cuttlebug. So it's got the paisley things on it. But this extra orange one, I'm just using this to show you guys the coolest tip. I didn't know this. Did you know that these are 1-inch strips, and this is a 1-inch circle punch. So if you turn your punch upside down like that, and thread your same size strip as your punch through the opening. Here, I'll just thread it and then I'll come back because I'm kind of contorted with the way the angle of the camera is. So you're doing something that looks like this. So you just keep threading it until you get to the top part, right about there. And then when you punch it, like so, you get an end that has a scallop on it, like this. So it looks like a popsicle stick. Isn't that cool? I didn't know that. Had no idea how these people got these scallops on top of their strips. So I'm going to go ahead and do those on all 4 of my strips for the card front. Okay, this is what our card front looks like so far. So let me just adjust this a little bit better. There we go. So that's what the card front looks like so far with the little scallop things. So they are 1 inch by 3 inches. So they're 3 inches long, so that leaves a little bit of space. I changed mine. She had hers a little bit longer, but I switched it up a little bit. So the next thing you're going to do is, if you have the leaf punch by Stampin' Up, you know this one? You're just going to cut out that leaf. If not, just cut out a leaf plant or a stem from another punch. This one right here. I'll hold it up on a lighter piece of paper. There. So you want that. You also want some flower. This one is just beautiful. I got a package. It's an International Act of Kindness from Sue. And I'm trying to upload the video. It's just, I got so many beautiful things. And this is one of the beautiful flowers. So I really want to use that on the card. And I also cut out a 1 and, what size was this circle? 1.5 inch circle out of the chocolate. And the same pink that's on the stripe, I cut a scallop circle. You are going to also save the ends of the strips because they're going to go on the inside. These are, I think they're 2 inches. Let me just check. 2 inches by 1 inches. And then I'm going to do that same curved thing on the tops of those as well. And also, this is a 1/2 inch by, it'll be a 1/2 inch by 4.25, and I put it in my crimper so that it was crimped, and it's just going to run across the top of the scallop. I'm just going to glue it right up at the top right here so that our scallops show. So about like that, okay? So I'm going to mount that on right now, and then mount on the front here the stem and the flower, and the background for my sentiment. Here is my finished card. I added a little bit of stickles to my flower because I just thought it needed a bit of sparkle. I'm going to give this card to my mom, although her birthday's not till October, but she loves orange and it's just so pretty. So I'm going to give this to her. And I think if I had done it again, I would have ran my white, off-white through the Swiss dot on in Cuttlebug just to give it a little bit of texture. But I mean, it's fine like this. And then I added a thin piece of pink ribbon to that piece that I put through my crimper. And then on the inside, there's just as much detail as there is on the outside. So for the top corners there, I used this old Fiskars punch. I haven't used these in ages. This one's called Heritage, and I used the one right here. Just at the top, and then at the bottom, remember I said to save those little bits, so I echoed what's on the front, and instead of putting a big flower on the inside, I used the little 3-flower punch from Stampin' Up, but I used the smallest flower. So there is my pretty happy birthday card. A little early, it's only August, but you never know. I just thought this one would just be perfect for her because of the color combinations. And I just love the use of that 1-inch punch, making it scalloped, sort of like a popsicle stick. So apparently, whatever size strip of your paper is, or I guess whatever size your punch is, cut your strip accordingly, and then you can feed it through like that. So if it's 2-inch strip, feed it through a 2-inch punch, and you'll be able to make scallops like that, which is kind of cool, eh? So when all was said and done, I decided that I felt that this needed, it wasn't grounded enough, it was too top heavy. So I cut out another leaf, because on the original card everything was a little bit lower. And so I cut out another leaf, and I'm going to adhere it down there, and I just think that gives it a little bit more, I might have to trim it off, but it gives it a little bit more bottom heaviness. That makes sense. So there we have our finished card, take 2. I like that much better. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next week. Bye bye.